This crazy Kid A.
Are we on this?
Are we on? Kid a hauntingly beautiful creature. When we go to Kid A.
This really was going the next step.
We're just about to.
Well, very motivated.
What are you doing? It created a momentum to what we're doing.
It comes out and it's a bit confusing.
I wasn't even coming in to the studio personally. I wasn't even coming to the studio with fully formed songs.
Well, it captures your mind and brain and your imagination.
Nigel Godrich had loads of trouble with, standing there going, I'd be saying, what do you think? He goes, well, how the should I know?
I think we've always had very rigid structures in our songs anyway, in the past. And everything was much looser this time around.
Yeah, these are catchy tunes,
I know,
actually,
I know,
in the guise of being strange. There's a very comforting feel to the music, it almost feels like a lullaby.
Really?
Yeah, I find it very comforting.
What, and even on Kid A? Because
This is Kid A. This is what I think. I
Really?
find it.
That's
I find it.
bits of it are incredibly alarming.
It's got a lot of polarities. It's comforting, yet disturbing. It's disquieting. It's It is. There's a sort of chaotic point in the center, but a lot of your work has tapped into the sort of cultural anxiety with relationship to technology.
Shit.
Are you one of the thousands of women who dream of having fuller, firmer, and shapelier breasts? Well, finally, there's an alternative to risky...
When we started doing the recording properly, I bought a new notebook and put at the front hoping for happy accidents. And that's basically what we were trying to do.
There you are in the studio, you know, looking like some kind of 3-year-old sat in front of a computer screen, not really knowing what you're doing.
You know, I was just not exactly wild about using what we had before because I knew how tempting it would be just to use that, and that would be the solution to all our problems, you know, to carry on where we left off.
Easy to fall back on the formula.
Yeah.
You just feel a bit of a fraud, really.
If you're writing songs and you know this will work, then you already know that it'll not work. Do you know what I mean? You already know that you've been cheated of it. You just have this chaos going on a lot of the time.
Whereas in the past you might respond to a lyric or a vocal. Those elements weren't there. So, I don't know, you found as though you're clutching at thin air at points.
And some things come out, but you keep them and you go, that's great. And you're just waiting to get a response back. And that's why I've always been into computers. And they're the most fantastic cheat tool.
Your beautiful voice. Your beautiful voice. Your beautiful voice. This is an example. Your beautiful voice is like...
Oh, I see. All right, I thought you were just... The song Kid A was written by Johnny, and all I was doing was talking through what Johnny was playing.
Why? Why did you distort and...
It was basically something. I'm not precious about the way my voice sounds at all. I kind of had a problem with my own voice. And hearing people like myself on the radio made me not want to sound like me. And I would do anything, frankly, to not sound like me, but yet still, you know, be able to write and sing.
Press to talk. Broadcasts such as this and broadcasts of
what I like about all the electronic stuff that I hear is that it's the stuff that it throws back at you.
It's analog.
It's exactly the same thing as when you learn to play the guitar.
It's like Top Gear. That's another thing Americans really love. Top Gear.
When you first learn certain sort of chords, or when you first learn to play an organ.
That's horrible.
Certain things will happen, like, and you're a total amateur.
You're fired.
That was my one-note solo. It's an interesting piece of work because it does polarize people. In one regard, like, you got half a star in the Billboard magazine.
Excellent. Out of what, 10?
I don't know. I think 5.
Cool.
Half a star.
That's something to be proud of. Because, you know, Billboard, really, they've got their finger on the pulse, let's face it.
You got half a star on Billboard, and then you got a 2-page cover in Time that says Radiohead is God. So it's one of those pieces that polarizes people.
We've got a principle on this record of not reading anything that anybody writes at all, about it at all, because last time it just phased me out completely.
Again, music to cut your wrist to.
It took me 2 years to manage to turn off the critical monologue going on in the back of my head.
You know, critics love Radiohead.
Especially the British media, they're like, a lot of it has been like, we've always loved you, you know. What do you mean, we've always supported you, you know? And you're sitting there going, you lying motherfuckers.
It's the most miserable sounding tunes I've ever heard.
It's not the sort of stuff you want on your first birthday together, is it?
No.
One thing I have picked up from the others is that, you know, I saw it on the front cover of some magazine, it's like, there's no melodies.
If it's not guitars and drums and bass, you're like, what is this?
It doesn't fit in the box, which is a bit of a shame, really. I was looking at some website today, one of our unofficial sites, and there was some quote from Jello Biafra at the bottom saying, what was it? Don't hate the media, be the media, which I thought that was pretty cool.
You know that documentary, Meeting People is Easy? Oh my God, I watched that.
Keep it nice and tight, boys.
What kind of Polaroids?
I was crying my
It's good,
head.
isn't it?
I was crying my head off over the whole thing. It's
The idea was to put...
what a terrible experience.
Yeah, it was like the idea was to put you off doing it. Hope to see you on soon. Hope to see you soon on tour. Bye. You do it.
How accurate then is your portrayal of you?
Where? I don't portray me.
I know, in the media. Say.
Oh, it's completely arse, back, tit, face.
So, by and large, your sense of the way that you've been depicted is inaccurate.
Yeah, but it's like it's not. It's I don't care. You know what I mean? I think the people who understand, and people who don't. And I don't feel answerable to it, and I don't. I've no wish to fight it because it's really their fault and it's their problem. I've definitely had enough. Anybody, any sort of creative artist who gets any success or gets into the public eye or is doing something that's seen as new will have their work stolen from under them fairly quickly by some lame motherfucker in a advertising agency who needs an idea quick. Like, what is it? Every fourth dollar in America is spent on marketing? It's true. They're making a fortune. These people are. This is the thing that does my head in. You know, the advertising guy who's being paid to go and find you, you know, find out how much money he's making every week to go and find you. We want the young blood. We're gonna suck the young blood to keep us going, you know? Woo.
Coming, throwing on that fire.
like.
Like, it's kind of cool. You set out to, you're doing lots of stuff like on your own terms.
We're not just making music, and we talk about other things, and it becomes your life. And it does translate into what you're doing in your music in a funny sort of way. You only realise it in retrospect.
How did you find some sort of grounding point or understanding of what you were trying to make?
I I think one of the big things was getting into our own studio eventually. You know, that's how we'd always envisaged making the album, would be in our own place.
It was a way of sort of trying to start again, which is what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to stick with these people and make music because I know that the sum total of what we do is far better than what I would do on my own or with Johnny.
We could actually have all these different elements, you know, for recording, for rehearsing, all the artwork being put together there, any kind of a visual side of it. So once you can actually see all those things coming together in one place and they're all playing off of each other, you know, that creates a real momentum in itself.
Even when it sort of feels like you're totally shooting yourself in the foot, you're not really, because you're just following the, you know, you've been put on earth to do a particular thing and you do that.
And it's survival.
And yeah, there comes a point where you really have to start apologising for it, really.
Stop apologising? For sure.
Just get on with it. It's just such a precious thing to create a space where you go and you work and it's creative, but it's pure anarchy as well, and it's really fun.
It's going to sound incredibly touchy-feely, but just five of us, well, and with Nigel as well, just sitting down and having endless talks and debates at points about, you know, what had happened for the past 7 years of being signed and 14 years of working together as a band, and just trying to be as honest as possible with each other about, you know, what we wanted out of our working arrangement.
In the studio, everybody's sort of, it's got this gallery area, and that's where Stanley is. And
who's Stanley?
The guy who does the artwork with us. Well, he does it already. I go up there and mess around with him while the others are doing stuff downstairs, and we shout down and stuff, and they shout back.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's really good fun, actually. So, I mean, you know, it goes late onto the night, early into the morning, and by the end of it, everybody just feels terrible because we're all drunk or whatever. You just can't feel anything. But it was great, you know. Obviously, you can't do it for months on end because you go completely la-la. Anyway, so these words came out of, like, all the notes and all the bits and pieces that weren't, that were left. And we just thought, oh, well, we don't want to lose these, you know. And we just started putting them together and realised that there was this basic stream of consciousness thing running right through, and it was kind of like, wow, that's a bit scary. It just starts at one place and it gets to the, I mean, and to me it makes perfect sense.
I slip away. I slipped on a little white lie. We've got heads on sticks. You've got ventriloquists standing in the shadows at the end of my bed. The rats and the children follow me out of town. Come on, kids! The bodies floating downstream, the truckloads of machetes. The cameras are turning off. You can watch birds picking over the bodies, the cameras and the flies. Too much to drink. And on and on and on. Very disturbing images. It's almost felt like I was, it's almost like an explosion of Tourette's you're having there.
Yeah. Dressed up in tuxedos with the orchestra at the ball, and it slides like slime through your wallpaper walls. With a grin like roadkill and the bloody power of kings, I sneeze and it's an exorcist. I cough a new disease.
You didn't have a single, you didn't have a video, you had the blips, and yet it goes to #1 on the Billboard. I mean, you are charting a different route, and you know, you don't have to tour months ad nauseum, and you can still...
It's pretty pointless as well.
What is the aspect that makes it such a grind?
You disassociate yourself from the moment, from the world around you, from the people you know, because you've basically, you know, become this monster.
The typical touring in arenas, the way in which artists are put through the bowels of the music industry and promotional machine.
I know other people in other bands at the moment being forced into doing things that really, knowing them and knowing how delicate they are, they really should not be doing them.
I used to really like doing interviews, but I really hate them now. I don't hate them, I just like get really incoherent. Sorry, Ted.
I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm sorry. I don't hate it, that's not true.
But the pressure that they're under to do these things is too much and they can't handle it, so they cave in.
I think you feel that you're actually trying to shoehorn yourself into a very established cycle.
There are ways to break the mold.
If we had 9 months scheduled, then I would have snapped in a week. You know, but basically the whole thing's over 2 weeks' time. Over, that's it, you know. And then we decide what to do next year, and I can't tell you how good that feels.
This is my system. Yeah. This is where I make music.
You can get some money, can't you?
Buy
some new gear.
I could get money, but I like that gear. Hey, do you think you're an optimist or pessimist?
Definitely an optimist.
Oh, cool.
Definitely.
A lot of your work does address, you know, more painful aspects of living.
There's starting to be like a language in which to address issues that have been impossible to address in day-to-day experience. It's about the invasion of your space. It's about the invasion of your ideas and your emotions and your feelings.
You acknowledge some of the crap that is going on in the world, but that's part of your optimism, isn't it?
Basically, basically.
It seems like it has a function to address the more sort of negative, painful, awful aspects.
You know, for me, the way that I use music in order to address those things, and when you get something good coming out of it, then it's sort of like a really great leap forward. So I'm lucky that I've got that. Other people have to do it other ways, but it's cool, you know. I'm into that.
So you got validation to your public through the industry, which you have a love-hate relationship with. Are you able to get the validation from yourself?
I really get it when we finish something that I like, still, you know. I quite like doing shows again, though. I thought I'd hate doing gigs again.
What or who is your God?
Not really. I don't know. Doesn't have a name.
But you do get a sense of afterlife, after.
Well.
Cool.
I get it from like walking around. It's the old Wordsworth thing. Walking through the country.
Walking.
Big style.
And you just feel like woof, beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty.
You get blown around on a cliff and that sort of thing, and carrying on hedgerows and in a thunderstorm and things like that. You're definitely meeting him.
And last question is, where do you derive solace from? What makes you the happiest?
Swimming in the sea.
Really?
Yeah.
You do that a lot?
Or walking.
Good.
Fairly normal, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.